How is it going? Welcome back to the hashtag Lockboss Show and Giveaway. My name is PJ for those who don't know me, and I'm happy you're here. Well, I'll tell you what, today not only are we going to announce this week's 5 lucky Lockboss winners, we're also going to be doing a Locksmith video discussion, aka recap of all of the latest videos or some of the latest videos over the past few months. As many of you know, earlier this year, feels like a couple lifetimes ago, honestly. I was like, we were putting out videos and then we were never really talking about them. And it didn't make any sense to not recap, kind of talk about some of the feedback that was in the comment section and so on and so forth. So we're going to be having fun doing that. And of course, I'm most looking forward to your comments and what you think, what you want to talk about on the particular topic or video and all that fun stuff. So once again, like always, I'm going to be drinking a Topo Chico. I tell you what, the glass bottle ones are really hard for us to find around here, so I've settled for the plastic, which is, it still tastes just as good, but there's something about a nice glass bottle, I guess you would call that. So anyway, so used to make, and maybe you guys know the name, and definitely if you do know the name of what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But it was essentially this like brownie. So she make them in like a tray, and it was like I don't even know if it was an actual brownie or if it was something similar to a brownie. It was like a brownie, and then there was like this mint paste she would put down, and then there was like chocolate on top, and then she'd freeze them, and it would get nice and hard or whatever. And I tell you what, and then so when it dried, looks like some people are saying that okay. Looks like there was some people having the stream was causing some grief. Okay. Looks like, yeah. So everything on my end looks good. I do know that some people have said that they've had to close their app and open it back up, but hopefully it'll be better now for everybody. But back to the important stuff, cookies, right? And so anyway, so like when she would get this brownie and then there'd be this mint and then it would be chocolate on top. And I think she would like freeze them at least at first or put them in the freezer or fridge. They would get really hard. So after, even when they warmed up, the top was kind of hard. Man, I love those things. But not only do I love those, but also any sort of sugar cookie. Why not, right? But let's see here. Okay, yeah, it looks like a lot of people have had problems with it buffering or whatever. So let me double check. So just FYI, on my screen, if I'm starting to have any sort of like internet issues, it'll tell me actually on this program that we use in the corner that we're having low internet or bad connectivity problems. I don't see any of that, so it must be something else. But anyways, welcome back. Hey, if you're just got lost and came back here, we've been talking about Christmas cookies because what else is better to talk about on the Lockboss Show, right? Cookies. But welcome to all of you who are tuning in. So if you haven't already, let us know in the comment section what your favorite Christmas cookie is, because I know myself was looking for inspiration. I'm sure so many others like that. That's funny. James says, breaking news, PJ likes cookies. Oh, boy. And Dr. Hogmaster, what's up? He says, every day I'm buffering. I like it. Let's see here. That's on your upload, PJ, but from YouTube out to us, it can glitch. Yeah. On your YouTube. Yeah. Bummer. Okay. Well, cool. Well, looks like most of you are back now. Yeah. So we'll keep going. So anyways, let me know. I'm not seeing any too many Christmas cookie things in here, so definitely want to know. Okay, here we go. Okay, they're coming in. That's what we like. Yeah, definitely sugar cookies, and I like the hard frosting sugar on them, by the way. But Adrian, hey, what's up? Classic chocolate chip. There we go. Any cookies? All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and hop into this week's show, and of course, have a little fun, maybe a few jokes along the way. And Julio, tell us what your favorite cookie is too, by the way. You know, what is Julio's favorite cookie? Okay. Anything going here? Whoa. You're only doing music today? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? I don't know. Oh, here we go. All right. Posts of the week. First one in from Steve C. on Facebook says, this case from CLK Supplies is a really nice ad. Fits most of my used picks. I love the leashy holders. Also has room for my mini plug spinner. Must have for any Lockboss. Yes, and if you look on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see there's a bunch of pictures he posted up. What he's talking about is the Lockpick vlog. All right, Steve, thanks for sending those in. All right, up next we got from Spencer A. Stop all of a sudden. Here we go. Lock picking section inspired me at zero. Style new video. Haven't been picking realize how fortunate and being able to grab locks great. Okay, Spencer, thanks for putting that in. It's actually another lock pick vlog. So very cool, guys. Thanks for not only the order numbers and this in of your picks in there, what you got going on. Pretty cool if you ask me. Yeah. I know Julio. I know. Hey, I'm with you. I don't know why Julio got crazy. Julio, you're getting crazy on us here. All right. Next up is comment of the week. This one comes from Breached 7288. Says, "Great job, Ian. You made that look easy and fast. Love how you said to double check everything, which I believe is extremely important. Another happy customer, hashtag Lockboss." Yes. Breached, you're totally right. And Ian is very right when it comes to that, right? How many times have all of us went to do more of a kind of a routine job where, I don't know about you, I can get into the mode as well where you're like, okay, I've done this job a ton of times. I'm just going to take the stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just go do it really quick. And you don't really, and you kind of skip being thorough about it. And then, well, guess what? You end up running into problems. And then when you realize it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is like a 3-second fix, right? So Breach, thanks for that comment. All right. So next up, let's go ahead and get to the, let's call it the meat of the show, if that's all right with Julio, and do a video recap, kind of talking about each one, all right, of some of the videos that I picked out here, and let's see what we got going on here, and then we'll kind of return to the cookie topic here at the end, because, well, who doesn't like to talk about Christmas cookies? I know I do. All right. Yes, I think. James says, I think I heard Julio pleading for help under that loud music. Oh my gosh, what's going on? I didn't even read the end of that comment before I did that there. Yeah, Julio, just take her easy a little bit. All right. All right. So let's get into the videos as of recent here. So the first up one was about the A1 jig coming back even better from Freeman. So in this jig here, so many of you know of the A1 bullseye jig. It was red. It was awesome. And I tell you what, when you go back and I look at like old years of sales, it was a hot seller. And it was one of those that, as a kid growing up doing deadbolt installations, I had one of those jigs as well, right? So they've been around a long time. And then, of course, when A1, little quick history on A1, right? It was an American company. They ended up selling to a much larger company and actually moved all the operations down to Mexico. And eventually, years after that, just shut the whole thing down, right? It was a really big company. And, that's just what they did, right? And unfortunately, when that happened, so did all their products. So they went away, and so did all their products. So cool part is Phil at Frame In with some work ended up bringing that jig back. It's blue, and it's essentially made from the same exact specs. Phil was telling a story in that video on how they were actually able to get a hold of, I believe, the original drawings. And so they were able to literally build it back to what it was for many years. And then they did some upgrades. And my most favorite notable upgrade, and if you look at this picture while looking at it, at the very top and the bottom, you're going to see little pilot holes. And those holes there are for you to put some pilot holes to put in for through bolts. So it's almost like a 2-in-1, right? You're installing a grade 1 lever, for example, and you need to not only put some holes in, but you also need to, put the through bolts in. You can do it all right then and there in one. So that is really cool. So that's the jig there. It's been a pretty hot seller. I know Freeman, has been doing bigger and bigger production runs, and they keep running out, which is really cool to see for them and for us, really. But so that was one of those jigs. You can go in and check it out in just YouTube on our channel, the videos. All right, next up, my dad and I, the Lockfather, went over how to went over essentially a storage unit of Locksmith supplies from a shop that was around for a lot of years that was just trying to sell the leftover supplies for $30,000. And we really went in depth on that conversation when it comes to the value of old supplies is not anywhere close to the value of the customer list and the phone number and the business name and all of that stuff. So if you want to kind of learn more about that, or if you missed it, you can kind of deep dive into that. And I even get the Lockfather to say how much he'd pay for it, right? So quite fun. We had a good time. Pull that back up here. So that's that one. Next up is the rekey RVs easily. This is another one with Phil when he was actually in town here a while back. And this is for the global link, right? So one thing that we do know for sure about RV locks is they have a lot of keys, right? You buy one RV and it's almost like truly, I mean, I know it's not true, but it's I guess a hyperbole of the truth would probably be the best way to put it, which is it's like they build, all these manufacturers build these awesome RVs. And then it's like they go on eBay or Alibaba or something and get like lots of random locks that fit the type of applications. And then you get handed, a full key ring of keys to operate it, which, by the way, no one wants to deal with that, right? And so this kit here in this video is essentially a kit that if it's a global link, all you have to do actually is just pop out the cylinders and you can replace all of the different keyways essentially in them, or plugs, I guess would be the more proper term, and have one key fit the whole RV. If it's not a global link, you can essentially switch it over to global link and put the customer all on one key, which is really cool. And by the way, there is an option there where you can buy the locks that are non-master keyed. So that means if someone had the master key, right, it's going to work one of the two locks on the main handle, the master key will. So it's not like a total security breach. If someone had one and you had both locks locked, they're not getting in, right? But anyways, in regards to that, you can even get in the kit has the plugs that aren't master keyed as well. So you can even, shore up security a little better, I suppose. But truly, I mean, if we really get down to the nuts and bolts of it, the locks, those type of locks aren't there for security. They're there for basic convenience is what that is, right? And us in the trade know that. Perfect. Yeah. So that's a cool kit. Make sure you check that one out if you haven't watched it or you're curious. All right. And then lastly was the video here that just came out a couple days ago. And that was Ian rekey programming in a remote. So using the Auto Pro pad, and really the the premise and the fun behind that. So I've done a ton of key programming videos, and I'll probably do some more as some things get more interesting and challenging. But the cool part is that although Ian's worked here now for a few years, he actually doesn't have any real world experience programming keys the way I do. And so being able to watch him and him kind of go through that is probably the most real that we can do, right? It's like a real, it's someone that we know who needs a key made, and it's using the equipment that we sell without having much knowledge outside of the basics. And so being able to get him doing that, I believe is the best way to show you all the most real world scenario of kind of what that looks like. So good job, Ian. He's really been really cool seeing him step up to the plate and help us do all that. So yeah. But anyways, with that being said, those are the videos I picked out to kind of go over and talk about. And before we get to the winners here, let's go ahead. Hey, yeah, thanks, Kylie, for putting that in there. The jig price, that framing bullseye jig is $395, as you'll see in the comments there. Really, really, really cool jig. And by the way, it's one of those that you buy once and only once, right? And it really lasts forever. So Jimmy J, I'm with you on that. I need to do that. And I really regret, Jimmy, let me pop this up here. So if you bring back the shim holder, I'd be a buyer, Jimmy J says. And we have to, so someone, and if you're watching or you end up watching this video, please send it to me again. So somebody essentially did all the work for me, and then I was really busy with some stuff on the time, and essentially is what happened is they pretty much sent me an email saying, hey, here's how you can make that jig very inexpensively, and like gave me all the parts and everything, and I didn't do anything with it. Gosh darn it. If you're watching again, please send that email. I tell you what, fail on my behalf. Let's see here. Thanks here, the jig. Let's see here. Gummy, boom, boom. About 300 or something. Yeah. I searched through the comments here really quick. Loxen Y, he says he wants to buy one, or he says, I want one. Do you want a link there, sir? I can get you a link right to it. Good stuff there. Yeah. So let's see here. Oh, hey, as far as the jig goes, oops, comments are hot and heavy there. Breached. So he says, so the jig is worth the money then. And so breached, I would say, yes, it actually is. I mean, you'll use that. I mean, unless something weird happens, with damage, that jig will last forever. But I would say, don't even just take my word for it. There's so many people in here that have done it here. So Adrian says, yeah, the jig is totally worth it. I still have a few original A1 jigs that have been hammered and still work great. It's so true. Yeah, it's really one of those. I mean, $395, that's a decent amount of money, right? But when it's something that you can use for decades, or a decade, I should say, how cool is that? That through CLK Supplies. Yeah. Yep. It's on our website. Just type in bullseye into the search. It'll pop right up. Yeah. Locksmith says the same thing. If it works as good as my red A1, then it's good. Absolutely. Gustavo, hey, how's it going? He says, the jig is amazing. I have it and it's worth every penny. Yeah. I think that kind of gives you your answer there. Yeah. It's just a great jig. So anyways, with all of that said, we can get on to this week's lucky winners. And I have to tell you guys, we have so many great things going on right now for 2024. Can't wait to start sharing them with you. Even Lockboss Season 3, which we'll be announcing in January. I think you all are going to love. We actually, last week, had a meeting and kind of finalized some of the details on that. And I think we're all on the same page and pretty excited about it. Let's see here. Okay, get dimensions up. Hold on, Jimmy J. Let me see what Jimmy says here about this. Yeah, I asked you about the shim holder a year ago. Didn't have the specs, but I could get dimensions for mine and then send them to you. Got to head out early. It's okay, Jimmy. Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for that. Perfect. All right. Well, hey, let's see here. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this week's winners. Here we go. All right. So what to do if you win? Let's make sure we're all on the same page here. So if you win, send us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989 and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win? Comment on our videos with the hashtag Lockboss. Winners will be chosen from comments on the previous week's videos for our weekly giveaway. You will also be entered into one of two $2,000 shopping sprees at our website, CLKsupplies.com. The two winners will be announced on December 28th, which is a Thursday of this year. It's actually in just a few short weeks after Christmas. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and queue up a little bit of tunes for this, and let's announce this week's. Here we go. Winner number one is Donnie Sparks 2269. Congratulations. Winner number two is Polar Bear 7334. Polar Bear, congratulations. Winner number three is Pyro Lock and Nixon. Congrats. Winner number four is Tom Kaysen 5399. Congrats, Tom. And last but not least, winner number 5 this week is Mitchell May 34. Congrats, Mitchell. I like it. Good stuff, everybody. And of course, we still have, just for a little bit longer, we have our Lockboss Lockpick lineup, a full zip hoodie, free with orders over $432.10. And by the way, when it comes to this particular hoodie, guess what I did today? Because I still have one of our old ones on right here. I have a bunch of them. I love them. I went down. I saw that we had stock of those hoodies. We've been running them pretty low on the stock because we've been going through so many of them, but we had some stock. So I went and grabbed myself one. We already went and threw it in the truck. You know, I'm weird. I like to wash it before I wear it. I'm kind of a weirdo like that. And I tell you what, I am pumped to finally start wearing that thing. With any luck, maybe I'll be wearing it next Tuesday. It'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and head into the comments here. Let's see here. Get you a deal. Good stuff. But yeah, so that's what we have going on here. I tell you what, something we actually just moved, a little insider baseball here for us. So we actually just moved to a new ERP last Friday. So we're on our third business day running it, and all in all, been going pretty well, and really excited about what it's going to help us internally with as we get going. Fortunately, we kind of outgrew our last one. I don't know, probably a year and a half ago, and we've been trying to hang on. We've been working on this new implementation actually since last January. So January 23, we started on it, and our go live date was December 1st. So excited to be on it. And over time, I mean, all of you really won't notice too much at the start, but as we get going with it, it's really gonna help us even do a better job. So really excited about that. Let's see here. Yeah, Christmas cookies. Yeah, let's get back to the Christmas cookies for a second here. Christmas cookies and shipments instead of fruit snacks. Fun story about that actually. Oops. Let's see here. Hey PJ, do you use the Autel M100 at all? I don't. Doesn't mean it's on a decent machine, but yeah, I currently do not. But back to the let's see here. Christmas cookies and the shipment set fruit snacks. Fun fact on that actually. So a while ago, so it was I don't know. I guess it was probably 2000. It was many years ago. We started putting during Halloween or October, we started putting stuff in packages, and we kind of were putting all sorts of stuff. And then we started getting complaints that if it had some sort of like chocolate in it per se, by the time it left here and got to wherever it was going, the chocolate had melted and made it all weird. And so that's how we ended up ending on fruit snacks, right? Because man, those things, I think they could live through a nuke. I don't know. I mean, those things, they're kind of like that. They're kind of like a Twinkie. They'll live forever, right? So let's see here. Let me go through the comments here a little bit more. Jeff K says, will the new ARP allow for a wish list on the website? No, I can't believe we haven't done that yet. Lily or Kylie, whoever is live, if you can please write down wish list. Let's talk about it next week. Thanks for bringing that one up as well. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, a few people are asking. Yeah, Nick's Lock Security. What's the ERP? It's really what that means is actually Dr. Hogmaster says enterprise resource planning software. Essentially, it's like inventory, accounting, help desk, purchasing, sales. It's everything like all in one program. And is what that really means is like everything's speaking to each other, everything's updating. And once you kind of get them off the ground and you get them running, they really help you make better decisions, and you're actually way more efficient, right? So like, I'll give you we had essentially one staff member remotely they had one job, and their job was to reconcile our vendor bills to purchase orders, right? So we have the purchase order, and then we have the receipt, and then we have the bill, and you have to match all three of those, right? Those. And essentially how it would work in the old system is that we had to, at the purchase order, we had to receive the items, make sure, and then we had to take the bill and match it to the purchase receipts. And then it would, go in the system to be paid or whatever. Well, we had a guy who would essentially work nonstop trying to do that. I mean, I don't know. We probably I think we on average receive over 20 vendor bills a day. Sometimes it can be 70, honestly, especially with keys and stuff. And essentially, this person who worked remote could never keep up. We were typically about 2 weeks behind at all times. And at some point it gets so costly just to get bills in the system, right? And make sure they would get paid on time, right? And so with this new system, it essentially allows us to, right? There's the PO, there's the receipt, and there's the vendor bill. And we can now just enter vendor bills as we get them. And then once the receipt comes, it goes up, and if it matches, it automatically gets put in to be paid, right? And it's only going to take no more than 10 hours a week, right? So we're going to go from this position that like it was almost impossible to keep up with to now it's 10 hours a week, right? And so like, that's just, I don't know, probably talking about something that maybe you guys don't care about, or it doesn't matter. But for us, it was a big deal. And so it's like those type of things kind of behind the scenes, you want to get it efficient as possible because it frees people up to do other things. It doesn't cost my company as much money to do, right? And so all of those things are good in the long term. And so that's just one reason, but that we switched. But yeah, so that's I guess that was long-winded. I'm sure Kylie or Lily, who's ever on that chat today, is like, "Oh my gosh, PJ, are we doing a full thing on this or what?" Right? But anyways, everybody, hey, thank you once again for your support. Thank you for not only watching the videos, for being here on live with me today, but also participating in the comments. And you all have so much good information and feedback. And Adrian, I am looking forward to catching up with you soon. As soon as you're ready to start talking a little bit or whatever, I'd love to do that. It'd be a lot of fun. I'm hoping either this next Tuesday or the after. I told you I have a friend, longtime customer. We're talking like back to 2007, 8 or whatever, Locksmith down in California. I'm hoping to have him on live here maybe this next Tuesday or maybe the Tuesday after. He actually, unfortunately, I talked to him on Monday. I guess that would have been yesterday. And he ended up getting a little accident, some busted up ribs and stuff. So I'm going to let him heal up a little bit and we'll get him on and we'll have some fun talking about it. I'm excited for you all to meet him, one of the most awesome guys on the planet. So it'll be good. But anyways, everybody, look at this. Oh, James. Yes. Thank you for that. So I have not, PJ. Yes. Thank you for sending those off, James. I really appreciate that. And I can't wait to get, man, I don't know, probably once we get them done or do them and look at them, maybe do a video on them or something. Be kind of fun. Let's see, up to my elbows and work. Yep. Adrian, totally get it. That's why I haven't bugged you at all, because I know all the different stuff going on. I can imagine the different stuff going on. But Adrian, by the way, I was looking through and stuff. Thank you for the orders. Truly appreciate it. But let's see here. All right. Well, yes, breached. Yep. So how about this? After I get them, I will do a video on them. We'll get it put up and we'll have some friends. And I tell you what, we have some videos coming up that are good and different, and I'm really excited for them. Truly, I don't have the schedule in front of me. I can't tell you, but it's pretty good. But definitely, I'm happy to be here, and thank you all. So, anyways, with that being said, Julio, go ahead and let's put on some different music. Let's put on some of that end of a show music, because we've now reached the end of the show. So I hope all of you have a wonderful and safe Tuesday evening. Keep doing that locksmith work with locks and keys. And I look forward to seeing you same place, same time next Tuesday. Y'all take care and have a good evening.